Morning everybody, this is my first ever Twitter video, public Twitter video, requested by Dog Duck Lark, who has landed me in trouble. Look, I'm no expert, but I thought I'd make a video on how to turn a pallet into a stool, because it's quite a fun project and it's very easy. So you need no knowledge before. You need to know what a pallet is, what a saw is and what a drill is. But if you've got that, we can do it. So first, find your pallet. Now take it apart. Everybody says it's bloody hard to take apart, which it can be if you smash it and go at it with a hammer. So one option is not to bother taking it apart. It's just to run a saw down here, down here, down here, the same down there, and then you get the short bits. But for the stool, we need legs, so we're going to need at least 3 long bits. So what we'll do is get a huge metal bar. Not a crowbar, not a hammer, nothing like that. Just one huge metal bar, flat at one end, pointed at the other. But that's not really important, as long as it's a metal bar with a point on it. So leverage. If you just put it under the middle, chances are you'll either snap that board or that board. So you want the lever, like all levers, just as small a gap as possible. So we're going to go right in there and lever it down onto this bar, and almost just the weight of the bar pops it. See, that's the first one off. Now the temptation on the second one is to come under here, which sometimes works, but very often pallet nails are ring nails and they're glued in and they don't stick. So what the board tends to do is to snap there. So what I like to do is come the other side, and again, you're not leveraging it here. With a huge bar it'll probably work, but if you've got a small bar, again, come right in that tiny little gap, and the same thing, push down. That is just the weight of the bar. Pop the second one, and because this is an old pallet, it's actually popped the third one as well, and the fourth one. So come right at the end, same again, down you go. When you get it nearly there, stand on the pallet and lift it up the way, and that's the board done. The first one. We'll do the second one. 1, 2, 3. And what it can do is that board will spring up, but normally you get just enough for it not to. If it does spring up, just put your foot on it, and then the levers work for you again. So I can't remember how many legs we need, but we might as well do the pallet while we're here. You needn't watch the whole thing. The tricky board is always the last board, because the pallet tends to want to crumble. Forgive me if the camera work's not very steady. I'm doing it all one-handed because I'm holding the phone, so the bar is a little unwieldy. Now this pallet is just bursting, which is easy. But I'll try and show you the last one if I can. So that's all the boards free except the last one. That's the one that gives everyone the problem normally. What you'd be really careful of is nails sticking out. Any nail sticking up here, you put your boot on it. Same on these boards. It'll go right through your boot. So it's always very good practice to bend them over, just smash them over with a hammer. Anytime you leave a nail in a board, even scrap that you're about to use, bend it over. So we've got the last board's always the awkward one, but again, it shouldn't be too bad. So 2 ways of doing it. If you can, same thing, get the board in there, the bar in there, and it should pop off. If it's really difficult, you can lift this one up. That one's loose. Lift the other end up. Like that. and just push them sort of against the way. Just push that one down. These ones, have to say, are coming off reasonably easily, but the theory will work. And the same on this one, push it that way. If not, stand on the board and pull it the other way. All you're trying to do is slacken the nails, and then if it's really bad, just get a hammer and smack this one like that, and it'll go. As soon as you've got a gap, you can get the crowbar in there and it pops. So that is, albeit a 5-minute video on taking apart a pallet, equally real time, 5 minutes, you've got quite nice wood. This one, as it happens, isn't too naily. Most of the nails remain in those spars. So you've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bits of, what would there be, 4x1, 5x1, and 4 bits of 4x2. Perfectly usable wood. You just got to watch the nails when you're cutting it, but you can either hammer them home or try and hoik them out. So that's how you take apart a pallet. Step 1.